Welcome back to our podcast. We're glad you're here. We're glad you've been able to join. And as we get started, I always like to just do a shout out or encourage you guys to take a minute and reflect and write. How did it go last week? What's a celebration you want to acknowledge of an interaction you had with one of your patients or clients, an interaction with a team member that is connected from last week's episode. Were you able to execute the principle that we shared, that we collaborated? If you were able to execute it and there was a great celebration, please feel free to email us. We want to celebrate that with you. If there was a challenge, an obstacle that maybe you weren't able to go ahead and do so, or you got stuck in the middle of it and you didn't know how to overcome it, also please email us, connect with us. We want to be able to be of a support to you. Our goal is to build a community in where we're supporting each other to continue to increase our revenue, improve our processes, and ultimately everybody getting to their goals. So that's what we want to do. Our goal as we do these. Now, let me get started with a story or an experience I had a few weeks ago. As I shadow clinics, I have the opportunity to shadow clinics all over the country, and all types of clinics. So it could be a med spa, it could be a dermatologist, a clinic, it could be a hormone replacement therapy clinic, injections, and all over. And I had the opportunity in this specific clinic. It was a clinic where they offered laser hair removal. And so we all understand the basic need of a laser hair removal is I want my hair removed. And that's the basic purpose of getting laser done. And so I've actually had the opportunity to get it done right here in my lower neck. And so when I don't shave, I still look like it's clean. And so it's a great service. But having said that, with the laser hair removal consult, I had the opportunity to shadow one of these providers. And as I sat down with this provider, we walk in and the patient is sitting there, and the patient is excited to meet with us. And so we go, "We're glad you're here. What brings you in today?" And she said, "Well, I'm here today because I want to get my upper lip hair removed as well as my chin area." And so the provider was excited about that, and she said, we're so glad you can do that. You're going to see some great results, and let's go ahead and talk about the promotions and packages that we have available. And she was about to go into that. And how many times do we do that? As soon as somebody tells us what they want, we jump in right away into the solution. We jump in right away into the pricing. We jump in right away into okay, now here's what I can do for you. And so she was about to do that. So what I did is I slowed her down. I said, "Okay, great. Yeah, we do have some great solutions for you. Before you do, why? I mean, we're excited that you're getting that done. I wanted to investigate what was her reason." You see, everybody has a reason why they're doing things, and they're for different. There's different objectives that they're trying to accomplish, and so we go ahead and we ask her a couple more questions, and we said, "Okay, so why are you here? Like, I mean, what about getting a smoother lip and chin? What does that get you excited?" And she mentioned, "Well, I want to be smooth. I want to be smooth, and I don't want to have to worry about my hair." And we go, "We get it." So imagine if that's gone, if that hair is no longer there and you're all smooth, how is that going to be for you? And she goes, "I'm going to be happy." And I go, "Great. I know happy is everybody has a different definition for happy. So for you, why is it happy?" And then everything got quiet, and the mood of the room changed. And she explained, well, a couple years ago, or for the last year, I have been going through chemo. And so my hormones have changed, and I have been growing hair in areas I didn't before, and I have not been able to look at myself confidently in the mirror all this time, and I want to be able to look at myself confidently in the mirror again. And that space of vulnerability that she shared, it created two things. It created a connection between us and her. It was no longer about a service. She was no longer with us for a service. She had connected with us because of an outcome. And so we were able to connect with her that way. Number two, we understood what she's trying to accomplish. So we're the experts. So it's no longer about, let me just remove the hair on your face. Let's take a look at your face, and what else do we need what other areas of opportunities do we have that we can be of a support to? So it became our flag, our banner to fight for, represent, build, was no longer laser hair removal. It's more, let's look confident in the mirror again. Let me be confident in what I see again. And that has a different feeling and emotion and support system than laser hair removal. See, I understand as once again, as I shadow clinics, one of the biggest challenges that we have as providers, that you guys have as providers, is the fact that I don't want to sound salesy is what I hear. I don't want to sound pushy is what I hear. I don't want to overeducate is the challenge. And so I understand and I agree. Nobody went into your field of medicine to be a salesperson. I completely agree to that. But we did go into that industry to be more. We are in the industry to provide solutions and positive outcomes and confidence and health to our patients, to our clients. And so when I don't go that deep and understand, I call it when I don't get to the heart of my patient and I just focus on the service, that's when we start flirting with being salesy, because it's all about the package and the program and the laser and, well, how about this laser versus this laser? And it's all about the service versus if I do dig deeper and I get to the heart of my patient and my client, I sit in that space of vulnerability. I love how Brené Brown talks about connecting via a vulnerable space. And if we are willing to facilitate a space where our patients and our clients are vulnerable, and we can find out the reason of why they're trying to get the laser done, not just that they want the laser done, but we really try to find out what it really is. And then that space of vulnerability now allows me to become a consultant and not just refer laser, but maybe there's some chemical peels that needs to be done, or laser resurfacing, or some injectables that need to be taken care of to have a more youthful look. And if I don't get to the heart and I just talk about it as a bundle, that's salesy. When I talk about it about her, that's being a consultant. That's really being an expert. That's really supporting what she wants. And so as we sat down with her, we were back with this patient who had been through chemo and wanted her laser done, laser hair removal done. We were able to sit down and create a roadmap, not just here's the package for your laser hair removal, but can we do a skin consult for you as well, skin analysis. And then from that, we were able to create a roadmap. And the roadmap was not just on the sessions of laser hair removal, but it was also treatments along the way. And now we had a roadmap, a six to a year roadmap with this patient that was all about, I want to feel confident when I look at myself in the mirror again. And that's all that was about. And so she felt excited and blessed that she was there, because she was only seeing this, but of course it was deeper than what she wanted, and we were able to be in that space with her and then create a personalized roadmap for her, and she proceeded with that, and it was great to see her walk through that journey, or start that journey, I should say. And so then I take it back to us, and the principles behind it is, okay, so the next question that we get asked often is, okay, I get that we have to get there, but how do I get there? And what's that process? So there's really three layers that take place whenever we're having those type of conversations. And so the first layer that we encounter is that general layer. And that's like what brings you in today. What are you hoping to learn from this conversation or from this consult? And it's very, very basic, very general. And those are the type of questions we ask in that space. Now, if we stay in that space and then we transfer from that space to a solution or a package, the danger about doing that is that now we are in a transactional state. We are in transactional mode with this patient or client, because we just know why they're here, what they're looking for, and then here's a solution. That's very transactional. In fact, if they were to push back, whether it's because of pricing or whether it's because of concerns, we have nothing else to hold on to except the fact that they wanted it. So pricing has become our only conversation. If we then start asking, okay, so but why did you want it to begin with? Now I'm backpedaling and I may come across as salesy, but that's because I waited until after to ask the questions versus doing it right away. And so the goal is we ask the question, what brings you in today? What brings you in? And we first go over the general section, and then we go to the second layer. And the second layer is more of the focus layer. Okay, so tell me what are your primary concerns are. What is it that you want us to improve? What have you tried? What have you not tried? So it's more focused, more specific on everything that they've done. What is some of what do you hope to accomplish? Why did that not work? So we kind of do some investigative work, if you will, that's more customized. And in all reality, most people they do general, and then they do go into the focus. Like very few people don't do focus. That's more of when you're newer, not as confident, but most people do go into that focus area where they're trying to figure out things. And then from there, they go ahead and offer that solution, offer that package, and they go towards the direction of that roadmap. Very few do that third one, which is more of that specific to the heart, to the core question, which is going to be something more like, what is it going to mean to you once you're able to get this done, or once that's done, what happens for you? The nice thing about doing that is that you start future pacing them. Future pacing them is that when you take them, you help them live in a space in the future with that solution, and so then they're able to describe, I'm going to be able to, let's say it's body contouring or it's weight loss, and they're able to lose inches around their body, around their waist, and so it's no longer I want to lose my inches. It's once you lose those inches, what are you going to do? And then some people may say, I'm going to start running again. I used to run 10Ks and marathons, and I haven't done it because I don't feel comfortable running with the weight that I am, but I'm gonna be able to do that again. And so now that becomes the banner, the flag. Not losing weight, but let's start running again. Let's run those marathons again. Maybe it's going along on the side with the weight loss. Maybe I'm not spending time with my kids as much. I stay at home, or I don't have the energy. Let's use the energy. I don't have the energy to play with my kids, or to go and play with them after work, or spend time with them after work. I'm exhausted. And so we're doing hormone replacement therapy. We're looking at their hormone balance, and we realize there's some things that need to take place, and so we don't say you'll get your energy again. That's basic. That stays in that focused area. You'll get your energy again. Let's get going. But more, okay, once you get that energy back, what does that look like? And if they say, I'm going to be able to be with my kids again, I'll be able to run, I'll go swimming, go to the pool, go to the park, have the energy to keep up with my 7-year-old, my 10-year-old, my 2-year-old, whatever that is. And that becomes the banner. Let's help you build memories with your children again. That's what you're talking about. Because once you get to that stage, you can create a roadmap for them that may not only include hormones, it may include weight loss, it may include supplements, it may include, and the reality is that you're not being salesy. You're actually customizing that for them, because that's really what they're after. That's really what they need. What they want is, how do I accomplish this? You see, they tell us I want to lose weight because if I lose weight, I'll accomplish this outcome. And our goal is to be able to facilitate a conversation that we can discuss, support, and accomplish that outcome. And that's getting to the heart. And so it takes it's 3 layers. I would take no more than five questions to try to get there, like trying to figure out what it is. 5 to 7 questions, no more than that. Otherwise, it comes across very investigative, very interrogative. But why? But why? But why? And then the walls start going up. I would also not go straight to it, like, but how come? That's why there's layers, because they make it feel too intrusive. And so we don't want to be intrusive either. We want to be, it's a nice balance of it's a cascade. Let me ask this question versus this question, and then this question. It's interesting because you will have patients that will come in and they're just open. They're like a gate. There's no cascade. It's just a lot of water. And they're going, I want to do this because, and they're sharing, and sometimes they're even crying, telling you their banner already. And you don't have to do a lot of questioning. You just got to do a lot of listening. And then you have patients or clients that will not share with you that. You'll try and they won't. And I've been in those situations where I'm asking, and they're like, oh, nope. And at one point you got to just let go, because otherwise it comes across as interrogative. You let go, and then hopefully next time you pick it up from that point to see if you can go a little bit deeper if they come back for another appointment. But chances are, in our experience as we've shadowed, implemented, executed, that you are able to get to the patient's heart if you, and there's two components to that has nothing to do with processes, but it has everything to do with integrity, which is number one, we respect their vulnerable space. So whatever that vulnerable space is, you honor it, you respect it, you welcome it, but then afterwards you don't mock it, everybody has their own vulnerabilities, and you honor that, and integrity wise, people will be more comfortable sharing that with you because you honestly are honoring their space. And then number two, pay attention, listen. When they're sharing that vulnerable space, you listen to what's going on, and that will allow you to create a customized roadmap for them that's truly going to help them accomplish their goals. So our invitation to all of us today is, for number one, ask yourself this question: where do I fall? How often do I get to the core? Because sometimes I go all the way to that specific place where I can future pace him, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I stay in the focus, and sometimes maybe I only get to the general. And so find out, ask yourself, where do I fall? How deep do I go? How often do I go all the way versus just halfway versus just basic? And why? Why is that? So I can start troubleshooting and making sure that I'm consistently going all the way to that heart of my patient and understanding their banner. And then the second invitation is, take a look at yourself this coming week and measure that. Measure, okay, at the end of every consult, at the end of every meeting, at the end of my appointments or my conversations with my patients or clients or even with each other, did I get to the heart? Did I understand what their banner is? Am I honoring that banner? Am I fighting for their flag, for their banner? Am I transferring this among the team so that we can all be on the same cause? Am I making this a cause? And at the end of the day, people will root for a cause, not for a service. But they will root for a cause, and our goal is to be able to accomplish or to celebrate their cause, and then create roadmaps to accomplish that cause. So let's do that this coming week, and as we meet with our patients, if you have comments or questions, please reach out to us. We're going to be able to support you throughout that process. The takeaway right now is, don't just go straight to the general, even though they might be excited. Slow it down and take some time to go all the way down to where you're able to fight for your patient's heart. Great connecting with you guys.